All these special events look nice, but they might be a bait.
Shoot him, Kevin!
Hello everybody, I'm Roadblock and this is a Raid Shadow Legends video. So we have a lot of really cool events going on right now. In particular, one of my favorite events. I know a lot of people don't like the summon pool, but on my free-to-play, this thing has been very kind to me in the past. I have pulled, I think, maybe 1 or 2 legendaries from it. You know, just doing these and getting a shard from, or the equivalent of a shard, usually Sand Devil. I would say if you have the gems, like you can see here, I don't have the gems. If you have the gems, I would recommend going for at least the 1 free Prism Shard that you will get from the upcoming Sand Devil tournament here. So you can see right here, you're going to get a Prism Shard from it. I recommend at least going for that. But again, I don't think it's worth the fusion, right? Because you got to think about what you're giving up, right? Stop right there. Click the link in the description right now to get a free legendary Elenaril and 3 free amazing epics as you level up. Here are the exact steps that you need to follow. Step 1, log out of Plarium Play on PC and uninstall. Step 2, click the link in the description and register with a brand new email. Step 3, launch Raid and complete the tutorial. Step 4, go to your inbox and claim your first champ. Here we go. You'll find Elenaril here, as well as Uugo at level 10, Tagoar at level 20, and Rector Drath at 30. Don't forget to use the promo code Supreme6 to get yourself the awesome Supreme Galek. And if you play for 7 days, you'll get a 3rd legendary Alice. This is an amazing account start in Raid. So click on my link right now and follow the steps. Let's say that you choose to do Sand Devil and it screws up your goal of completing the fusion. Let's just say that happened and you pull just an epic. You know, that's not really great, right? You know, if you pull, these are all really good epics, by the way. Like I was trying to pick out one of these to be like, oh, you might pull a Hotatsu, and then I was like, well, Hotatsu's got kind of a good kit. I don't know. But yeah, the reality is, like, obviously these legendaries, all of them are amazing. On my free-to-play, my free-to-play has way more gems. It's currently doing Doom Tower right now, so I can't show you my gem count, but I got about 3,000 gems saved up on the main account, but here are on the free-to-play, but here on the main account, only 815 gems. I will still be going for it, but I may have to spend a tiny little bit of money on some energy, probably, just to, or maybe just get the, like if you're a low spender, a really great thing to do that I recommend is the daily gem pack. These gems add up. You do only get them over the course of a whole month, which can be a little tedious sometimes, but the reality is it's 10 bucks for a really good chunk of gems that converts into energy. That's what I used to buy. I used to buy one of those every month. I have not been spending money, at least not a lot, recently in the main account. I've been, you know, doing the free-to-play challenge and playing my free-to-play and stuff, so I haven't been spending a lot of money, but the gem count's getting a little low, so we'll see if I make a decision. I'm going to try and see if I can get away with it. I did get a little bit of energy today. You always want to look ahead, too. So you can see, like, I got 300 energy today, but I don't have any other energy coming up anytime soon. So weeklies are really nice because 2 of these give energy, and then there's like big chunks of like 500 energy in the monthlies, and obviously doing your advanced quests will get you some energy as well. So, but yeah, that's kind of where I'm at on the main account. So just make sure that you don't sacrifice your fusion progress, because, you know, would you trade the fusion to pull a Nekmothar or a Wallmaster Othorion? I would actually say no, and those are my 2 most wanted non-voids, to be completely honest with you. I don't have either of them. I have most of the champions on here, but Nekmothar and Wallmaster are my most wanted, and I'm not going to spend any money on this. I wish that I could. I don't have near enough, but I will take the freebie and do some Sand Devil. So That's going to be the plan for me on this account. But there is another event that is an obvious bait and will most certainly interfere with your ability to do the fusion. And that is going to be the Deck of Fate here. Now, this is a guaranteed void legendary event, and you can generate points. You see, I already have 826. That's actually just from accessories, and that's using my passive energy, in fact, too, because I haven't spent any gems. So getting artifacts, so dungeon divers, you're not going to get as many points from that as you would from the others, which is summon champions and summon souls from soulstones. Now, if you can do it with souls from soulstones and dungeon divers, then yeah, it's a free champion. I don't think he's worth it from what I've seen content-wise from other content creators. Sorry, it's not Shadowkin, it's an orc. It did not appear that the damage coming out of this guy was significant enough that I would sacrifice the amount of resources that you're going to need to sacrifice, right? So that's just my opinion, and obviously I saw like 1 or 2 videos on the guy, so I don't know for sure. Maybe times change, things change. This could end up being a really insane kit, but for me, it just doesn't really pique my interests at all. I have plenty of nukers on my account, which is really what he is. So I'm not going to be going for him, but I do want to like warn people ahead of time that, it is a guaranteed void, which I mean, that's what I'm saving my void shards for, was the next guaranteed void champion. I could pop a bunch of those and potentially do this. I am curious too. Let me look and see. It's summon champions, so it's a summon rush. What I mean by that is, which I guess these are always summon rushes now that I think about it, but it depends on the type of shard that you choose to pull, right? So even if I pulled a bunch of voids and hit a legendary, it doesn't get me any extra points. It's always 275 points per shard. So I wouldn't do it with my voids at all. And I don't think I don't have any Eternals. I barely have an Immortal to spend. I don't think it's the best event. The other rewards in here outside of the fragments, I don't think are anything honestly too special. I mean, really the best thing in here is the legendary book. Maybe an argument for the 5-star chicken, but not for this account. That's not even worth it just to try and get some resources. I gotta be real with you guys. And obviously the odds of finding the one legendary book are 1 in whatever this many. So not great. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna do anything remotely close to participating in the Deck of Fate. As far as the fusion goes, for me, I think it's like something like that. Yeah, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And if we pull up the calendar here, we can see we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then I did the gear enhancement. That's the 9. So I still have champion training and spider tournament. And of course, fire night tournament after the spider tournament. So I still have work to do, but I am on pace on this account. On the free-to-play account, I'm actually doing even better. So I managed to get one of the epics, and I did that through the summon rush. So you can see I actually have no sacred shards here. After the shard pull that I did for you guys, I had 2 sacred shards left. I recorded those pulls, but they were nothing. They were more epics. And then I got an additional shard from Clan Boss that I pulled, and it was another epic. So it wasn't worth like throwing those into a video at all. So I was like, yeah, whatever, that's fine. But it got me close enough that I was able to pop a few extra shards to complete the summon rush, which allows me to skip a couple of the events. And so I have already skipped some of them. So if we go to this guy, so I only have 8 right now. And what I did basically was we did Dungeon Divers 1, Dragon Tournament, Champ Training, Gear Enhancement, Ice Golem, Summon Rush. I skipped Dungeon Divers and did Classic Arena. Did I do Gear Enhancement? I must have done, because I have 8, so I must have already done the Gear Enhancement on here. Yeah, no, that's right. I must have. Let me check. Did I already do that? Yes, okay. So I did the gear enhancement here to finish it off. Running 2 accounts, it's very easy to get confused, right? So I want to make sure that I'm double checking that stuff. So I did that already. So then what am I going to skip? So I skipped Dungeon Divers because this Dungeon Divers sucks because it didn't overlap with really any tournaments except for the end of Ice Golem. So I was like, well, I don't want to do that one. And on the free-to-play, I'm going to skip the champion training. I don't currently have any champions on the free-to-play that I want to level. It's also a ton of time and energy, but more so for me, it's the time. I usually manual these. We talked about this in my recent video about RSL Helper. I think that was in there. I cut some stuff out of that video, but I'm going to skip that because it does take a lot of time. That's the trade-off. I don't mind the energy cost. I don't mind the gem cost. It's the time that it takes me to do it, which can be a little bit tedious. And that's what I did for the champion training event here. So I won't be doing the champion training tournament, so that's one. I can skip 4 because I pulled in this part of the Summon Rush, I pulled Light Ward, right? So I'm going to skip the Dungeon Divers 2, the champion training. Might as well go ahead and skip Dungeon Divers 3 while we're at it. And then I can then also skip Gear Enhancement 3. Good thing about this being my last skip is if I screw up somewhere along the way, I forget to do something, I have that luxury of, oh shoot, I'm 1 rare short. Let's go ahead and do that gear enhancement because I must have missed something else that I didn't want to skip along the way, right? So I'm still going to be doing, as of right, with right now, I'm still going to be doing, I did the gear enhancement. I'm doing Spider. I'm actually using just my passive energy for that. I haven't been doing Spider using any gems right now because we have so many days to do it. So I'm not really worried about that. And I'll probably do the same thing with Fire Knight, but make sure you guys keep in mind, just looking ahead briefly, wait to do Fire Knight until Friday during the Dungeon Divers. You want to make sure you're double dipping if you're going to do that Dungeon Divers. If you don't care about that Dungeon Divers, if you're in my position, then that's one that I would skip because it really, that's actually probably the worst one because it only overlaps with Fire Knight, which is less than ideal. So the main account, unfortunately, has to do everything because I saved my shards on the main account. So yeah, that's not the best, right? I didn't have these 2 sacreds when before the Summon Rush ended. These are clan boss rewards. I think maybe I got one of them on Sunday, but pulling one of them on Sunday would not have been enough points to get me close to Light Ward. So I was like, yeah, whatever. It's not a big deal. So happy with how the fusion's going, but watch out for kind of these bait events, guys, right? Just make sure that you plan accordingly to fit the ones in that you want to fit in, so you don't get distracted from this fusion. I've watched a couple of videos today as well talking about Fabian that have, I don't know if they had him on a test server or if they pulled him early. It looked ridiculously good. So I'm very hyped for this guy. I think we're going to have a lot of fun with him. I think you're going to see Fear really start to work its way into the meta, which I think is interesting. Not something we currently deal with a bunch. And also, something I thought of that was kind of interesting was Lamasu. She's a true Fear champion, and she brings a lot in her kit that could prove to be pretty valuable. She's also immune to sheep. So one of the drawbacks of the new fusion is polymorph, right? Now, he can't be polymorphed with his debuff removal. Yeah, decrease the duration of all enemy buffs by 3 turns. Decreasing the duration doesn't trigger polymorph. The Fear would trigger polymorph. She is immune to sheep. I think, which I assume is also immune to polymorph. I know there's some finicky stuff there, so let me know in the comments if I'm crazy, but I'm pretty sure, yeah, she should be immune to any form of sheep, which would include polymorph. And she's got some turn meter manipulation, resistance decreasing, and accuracy decreasing as well in her kit. But more so, I was noticing that she brings Fear. Pretty good. Void champion, and this is a places anyways, and an AoE A1 that brings decreased attack. I think especially in Siege in particular, I think she's going to be very powerful, but if you pair her up with the kit of Fabian, I think that they are very, very strong together. and I'm very excited to try them out. I really see them working well together to control people, and we are kind of in a bomb meta, and on this account at least, I have a really good bomb champion, so there is a possibility that I could work with them together to put petrification up, and that you actually do increased bomb damage to people under petrification. I think it's like 300%. So yeah, petrification. However, incoming damage from bomb debuffs is increased by 300%. So pairing up petrification and fears with my Commodus here could prove to be very, very strong. So I'm kind of excited about all of those possibilities. I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Are you guys going for the fusion? What are your thoughts on? Are you guys going for this deck of fate? Are you guys gonna spend some money doing this summon pool where we have just really dominant champions? I mean, just top tier, crazy good champions. My free to play, oh my god, I hope I hit so bad. If I could get Ancora on the free to play, I would go insane. So we're gonna grind Sand Devil on the free to play, probably using gems tomorrow, and then once that Sand Devil's done, I'll go ahead and pull that on camera for tomorrow's video, hopefully. So, well, actually, shoot, no, one other thing. I hope you guys are still here. I know the video was winding down, but one other thing to keep an eye on. If we go to the calendar here, I'll find an anniversary summon pool. I think goes into Friday. Let's take a look. Summon pool ends in 4 days and 4 minutes. So it's currently, for me, that'll be 2 a.m. on Tuesday. So then 4 more days after that. So 2 a.m. Wednesday, 2 a.m. Tuesday, 2 a.m. Wednesday, 2 a.m. Thursday, 2 a.m. Friday. So a day from now this is why I don't do math. A day from now is 2 a.m. Wednesday. A day from that is 2 a.m. Thursday. A day from that is 2 a.m. Friday. Okay, so yeah, it'll overlap with Friday, at least according to my math. Don't trust that math. Don't do it. No, don't trust that. That's a terrible idea because I'm a dum-dum. But I think it will overlap. Why am I pointing that out? Because it's a champion chase event. So the champion chase, oh man, I'm going to feel so dumb if I did all of that only to clearly see the champion, whichever one of these is the champion chase, overlapping with it. Yeah, you should be able to capitalize and get that to overlap with the champion chase part of the fusion, which I think is this one right here. Yes, so if you're able to do that overlap right, you're going to get rewarded for it. So definitely wait to pull until you can double dip in the champion chase. And the great thing about saving that shard is that if I'm wrong, you don't lose anything. The shard will auto pull anyways, right? So there's no harm if you wait. So I recommend waiting, but hey, it's up to you. It's your account. Do what you want. Play the account how you want. All right, guys, I'm going to end the video there. Thank you so much for watching. If you are new here, please consider subscribing. I am really making a push to 5,000 subscribers right now. That's my goal. I need your help to do it. So if you would be so kind to consider that, I would really, really appreciate it. If not, I totally understand. No big deal. But thank you for stopping by and checking out this video. And hopefully you come back and see some more of my future content as well. All right, guys, take care. And I will see you all in the next video.